Hi everyone. So today we will see how to use the most popular code editor called Visual Studio Code, and we will l- l- find out how to install this editor in your Windows machine. Then we will see how you can set a your GitHub project and do all your GitHub process like committing and pulling code and all these things from the code editor itself. Then we will see how you can install different type of extension into the editor. Then we will see how you can use the various features available in the editor and how you can customize it as per your requirements. So this is a website you can see on the screen, that code.visual studio code, from where you can download this editor for your operating system. So you will find options to download this editor as per your operating system you are using. It will give you a stable and yeah, beta version as well. So from there you can download this editor. So for me, I need to download Windows 64-bit version installer. So from by clicking on this icon, you can download this editor, and it will be downloaded into your download directory in your Windows machine. For me, I already have this, so I will just show you how to install this editor. I have downloaded this already. Okay, so this is a setup of this editor VS Code, and it will be downloaded for you in your machine once you click on that icon. So just for installing this editor, you have to double click on your downloaded exe file, which is the installer for this, and it will start installation wizard for the installing this editor in your machine. So you have to just select simple options provided in installation wizard, and it will install this editor on your machine, and it will add a desktop icon and short icon on your machine. So it's showing me that editor is already installed, so it's not starting an installation process. Okay, so once editor is installed in your machine, you will see icon for the editor on your desktop as well as on your taskbar. So on taskbar, this is icon for Visual Studio Code, and then you can open a Visual Studio Code and you can see that this is how it looks like. So there are various options given in this editor. You can open your workspace, or you can say it's your project directory. So for this purpose, you can go here and open a directory. So I am currently opening a demo app project, which is React application we created. So this will open editor in this way, that your project is open in left sidebar, and you can navigate through the file explorer, so you can see how many files are there in the project. So this is how you can open your project in the editor. Now if you are working on the node.js or react.js or any angular project, for that you can use this following options, like you can see your code editor compilation problems and your SonarLint, ESLint, JavaScript linting errors, which are shown in the problems tab. You can use this internal terminal in the editor to start your node projects or your React project. So basically, when you run React application, you have to run the React application from the terminal on in developer environment. So in that case, you does not need to open a separate command window and enter the commands there to start your project, which may be React or Node project or any other project. So that for that purpose, you can use this terminal, and from here you can start the project. So from this terminal, even if your project is in React or Node, you can see the compilation process is going on. So if you have set up auto compilation in your Node project as well, using various project packages provided in the Node.js, like Nodemon, which is Node Monitor package. So for such a processes, you can see its output on the terminal itself. Now this is problems window the editor provides, like for JavaScript projects and other projects as well. It give you a most valuable output, like it will show you the problems in your code before they go to the production. Like suppose you have SonarLint, that is a SonarQube, is a static code analysis tool. So if you have configured that in your project, it will show you problems found by that static code analysis. Now if you want to install such a packages or such third party extension in your editor, you can navigate through the extension menu, and from there you can install. So first we will see how you can install any particular extension in your install Visual Studio Code editor. So from this menu you can open the list of editors, and once you are connected to the internet, it will show you various extensions available to be installed in the Visual Studio Code. So if you want to install a SonarLint, suppose, so you in for that you can just click on that search window and enter the package you want to download. For now, if I want to download the JSLint, I can search is it available or not. Yeah, it's available, so it will show you ESLint and information about the JS that particular package. So from there you can see that what this particular package is going to do in your editor, and you can download it from right from here. So once you click on install, it will install this package in your editor and will do all required configurations for your editor. So this is how you can install the package. After that it will be automatically activated in your editor. You just need to reopen your editor or restart your editor. So this is a way to install the various packages. In this list you can find out various packages, like it have the packages for the Azure web apps to be published from your local environment only. It have packages for the node projects, various node monitoring packages, various linting packages, various static code analysis packages. Also you can install package like as turbo console log. For React you can use import cost. So in React application normally we import multiple packages or third party components in a single component for reusability. So in such scenarios you should know the import cost of particular package or particular library in your component. So like I haven't installed this package, but like currently you can say that I have imported this toast container package in my toast example React component. And here itself after this semicolon you will see that what is the import cost. It will be in kb, like how many bytes or kilo kb it will be for this particular component. So that import cost package you can install from right from here. Like many times we need to uh, log on the console, or normally people use alerts on normal JavaScript. So if you are using a console log, you don't need to write each time console.log in your code. Suppose you want to just console.log particular variable, you just have to select that variable and use some shortcodes, and it will automatically create console log just below that line. So for that you can use a package like turbo console log. So such all this extension you can install right from here in your Visual Studio Code editor. Then for static code analysis, best package you can install is SonarLint. So SonarLint will scan your code while you type it. So you have some issues like there are white spaces, you use alerts, or you haven't used the variables which are declared. You have just created a if loop without curly braces. So all these things will be shown to you while you are coding. So it will minimize your bugs in your code and will minimize the security hotspots. Even it scans for your code for the security hotspots. So it will make your code to be streamlined by showing you all these feature bugs in your editor itself while you code on your local machine. So for that purpose you can use the SonarLint. And ESLint is another extension which will help you um, optimizing your code and making your code streamline. So this is a way how you can install the extension in your project. Then this is a debugger. So from here you can debug your project and your files you are running on. So for that purpose you can use this, and you can debug the various variables code and loops and everything from this. Now this is another option provided in the left sidebar, is to use a git right from the editor. So normally you may use a git bash or git ui, and from there you can commit and do all git related things from other terminal. So for if you are using a disk editor, that Visual Studio Code, you don't need to have all this. So you can just do all code commits from here itself. This after clicking on this icon, it will show you that how many files are updated, and from here itself you can do the commits. So if you click on this icon, you can see that it providing all the options like commit all, commit or discard changes, or apply stash, push, pull. All these things you can do from right from here only. Then if you want to search in a project, you can do this. If you want to search like on which places I have used this toast.success component or this method, so you can just search globally in your project. So as compared to other editors in the market, this give you a fast result for your search in your entire project. This is another that files explorer. From where you can see files explorer, then these are two tabs you can see in the bottom, that it will show you the outlines and npm scripts which are there in your directory which you are imported in editor. Okay, then this is option to do various settings for the editors. So now this is the most important feature you can use in your editor, that you can customize your editor as per requirement. So you can see that on my screen it's showing me a different color for each type of method and each type of code elements, like it is a method or it's function, it is a sentence or it is html elements. As per that it will be updating it, converting it into a different color. So for that purpose you can customize editor to have a something different theme as per your requirements. You can also update a keyboard shortcuts as per requirement. So editor provide you some inbuilt keyboard shortcuts. So for that purpose you don't you can use those inbuilt shortcuts, like you want to uh, like normal shortcuts. I will explain that how you can yeah, control yes is for save. So such shortcuts you can modify in editor and they will behave differently once you do modification into the editor settings. Then you can also use a debugger there. You can now you can see my screen that it is having a black theme, so you can change that theme as well. Then various icons provided in the files which you can change as well from this setting. And if you want to update your editor, this all these things are provided here. So if you want to open the different terminals, so normally you can open a terminal from searching in windows or by entering a command in run terminal. So in from to avoid that you can open a multiple terminals from here only. So you can see that I have opened a different terminals, and you can see from here I can switch to terminal 1 to terminal 2. So this option is also provided in the editor itself, and you don't need to open up various terminal on the your on your machines which will consume more memory. Then you can see there is a help menu provided. So from help menu you can check release notes, and you can see various options to customize the editor. There will be json files basically. So all those json files will be used by editor for the configurations you made. Like you want to update some keyboard shortcuts, so I will show you the way how you can do that. So it will show you the list of details how you can do that. So it will have a list in a json format and many setting formats that editor provided. So from there you can customize it, and this all the details which will be helpful and needy while using these editors. These are the other options provided by Visual Studio Code, that you can report the issues. You can request some features you think that are really important for the users. You can do that as well. Then if you want to use some developer tools like additional features, like currently providing a problems outputs, debug console, and terminal options in the terminal window. So all these features are by default available, and you want to add something extra, you can do that as well. So for that you have to do some advanced setup in your editor. You can also see the process explorer. So process explorer is the tool which will be most helpful with the low memory consumption machines. That once you do too many things in editor, like you open multiple files, have multiple terminals opens, install many extensions, and they are working at a time. So in such scenarios your memory consumption will be more, and to monitor that you can use this process explorer to check how much memory my editor is consuming, and in that how many processes are consuming lot more memory. So if you open a one single file, it will going to consume some memory. So all these things you can see from this process explorer. And then other menus are like you can directly navigate to the documentation from here right only. Then they have provided their introduction videos as well. So this is all about to use these all features. If you want to build your project, like most react project, in the react project you have to build the project, so that is available from here only. that you can trigger commands from here that to build a project. You can configure the task, you can build configure build commands, and editor will do all these things. It will store the various script and perform these operations as per your configuration we have did. So this is a debug menu. So it also provide a configuration for debugging purpose. You can start debug like in Visual Studio that you normally use for C sharp projects. So in that way you can also configure the debug here and set up a debug points in edit in Visual Studio Code itself. Then you can switch editor to the different various themes from this menu. Like go menu, you can see various definition, you can navigate or jump to the particular line number. Okay, then you can see this is view menu. So from view menu you can change the appearance. So from appearance you can convert it to full screen. Then center layout, so various options are there, you can leverage all these options. Then explorer search, then debug extensions, all these options are provided from different views. So you can use those options which we already covered. Okay, all these options we already covered. Okay, so from here you can also navigate to the previous files you visited. This is menu where you can see recently opened files. So you can navigate to the files which you opened recently. You can open a workspace as well from here, and you have to create a workspace profile for that purpose. So this is all about how you can use uh, Visual Studio Code. So this is basic uses. You can check more about how each feature you can use, how you can customize theme. There are various things about customizing the themes. So you can study that things, and you can comment out in video that you want detailed video on each feature. Like you can how you can set up a git there, how you can set up a custom theme, or various like update keyboard shortcuts. Okay, so this is all about how to use basic information about and introduction information about how to use Visual Studio Code in editor. Thank you. Bye bye. Please subscribe, share, and like channel for more such interesting videos. Thank you.